Mario!
What's up?
Mario! What do you got for me?
I have a Lost Legend Time Leap deck profile because a lot of people seem to want. A lot of people are hyped with Time Leap due to this premium support. So I did a lot of theory crafting behind this. I took inspiration from Kevin Ajolt's list, and this is a very rough draft of what it can do at the moment. So I expect most of this to change, but for now, this is a very good basis for a playable Time Leap deck.
Okay.
Because there was a Time Leap list which topped a BCS, I think, of like a month or so ago, but I don't know if the list was actually public. So this is the closest thing which I can imagine that the list could be doing to an extent.
Okie dokie. So let's get into it.
So your starter is, I'm currently running the V Series Draw Starter. The problem with Gear Chronicle now and Premium in general is that Gears, not Gears, but it's too slow. And this being able to draw cards and to see your pieces early is very important. Because your early game is your weakest point because you're mainly GB, so you need to see everything that you can. So for grade 3s, I'm playing 4 Lost Legend and 3 of this. This is here only for the Force Marker.
Okay.
I'm only playing 7 grade 3s because they have Force Markers and it's a comfortable number. I'm also main decking 2 Mystery Flare because like this is your real account. Because obviously you want to ride this. If you go first, you ride this, get a marker, you stride into this, and then you get the second marker. So you can place them on the 2 front row, so that you can begin to dance on them with Melon History Maker, so you hit for relevant numbers.
Okay.
Because the problem with this is still everything touches for 11. So if you can go first, you can set up your bind zone with a lot of the cards, and you can get triple drive, possibly a crit, but triple drive is all you really need, so that you're not negging yourself with the stride.
Okay.
Also, the CB2 Draw 1 is a bit difficult. You can do it, but it's not really advised because there's no countercharge engine in this deck as of now, but I expect it to change.
Okay.
For History Maker, this is a bit self-explanatory because I'm running a Time Leap engine. This is basically the face of the deck. So
there's a reason why that was remade as a stride.
There's a reason why that was also known. So grade 2s, 4 Nobu, 2, and then 1. So this is what you can do actually with Nobu is that you can, if you really want, if you for some reason open with one of these, you can literally just guard with it so that the following turn you can use Nobu to bind it. This is meant once again to
there will
bind
be one
units.
featured match outside.
So Lost Break is meant for you to bind cards so that you can just draw, you can filter through the early game to see your pieces. Also, this can hit 13k on Rear Guard Circle. So this will hit magic numbers due to new Vanguards when it's on Force, which is very important. And this is only here for one reason. I play GG. Now this is literally your upstart goblin. This is just, if you play it, you draw a card, this makes it a 48 card deck because 49, you already have your starter. This is the only reason why. If you see this early, slap it down, get a draw, and it's a 1, so you can make a History Maker off it if you really need to.
Okay.
So your 1s, this is 4 Stride Fodder. If you go second, the on-hit is nice, but it's really just here a Stride Fodder, and it's an 8k base. So you can ride it and actually hit your opponent if you need to. 4 Melons, because it's Time Leap, I really don't need anything to say about that. And for your 1-ups, I have this. So this is just here to draw you an extra card. This is to put back resources. Especially with upstream, you can tutor one of these or any 3 of these with upstream. So theoretically, I'm playing 2 copies of each of these cards because this is the 4th. This is the second copy of each of these. If you see this tutors into anything, and it can set up for your next play if you needed to. But ultimately, these are just 1-ups because deck space is a little bit awkward. Because I'm trying to keep all the ratios to be really safe. Because I'm also playing 2 TikTok. I think 2 is fine. If you want to play 3, go ahead, but it's a bit bricky. in a sense. I think 2 is a safe number because it allows me to do everything I need it to, and I've never had issues with it clogging up. If I see it in my opening hand, I can just play it down and then use it as a booster or whatever the heck.
Yeah.
But I think it's fine at 2. 6 V Series crits.
You like to force that thing over.
6 V Series crits, 2, and then 4 V Series heals. What I plan to do is actually play a 2-2 split. For the effect heals, because at first I didn't agree with the 2-2 split. I thought I want the early game at all, and even in premium in general. But now that I realize the 2-2 split is very important, because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to guard first and then use the effect heal so that you can get the counter charge with the resource off of it.
Right.
And so this has no counter blast management at all, and that's a bit of a problem with the deck. If that could be fixed, then it's a hell of a lot better of a position.
So you use the effect heals for their
I need the
countercharging?
effect heals for countercharging. Soul is not an issue in this deck at all because nothing really soul blasts at all. So V Series crits because the crits are nice, but the shield is the main reason why they're played. 2 Erbitar because I think 2 is fine. If I play any more than 2, I feel very threatened by all attacks because the high shield value is what's important. Everything in here is a G era card mainly, so everything has low shield value, and you really need these to save you.
Right.
But yeah, I think 2 is fine. Having it be at 1 back in the day was justified to an extent. But I think anything more than 2 is like okay, but it's personally something I'd feel very unsafe doing.
Okay.
So yeah, I would eventually just play the 2-2 split for heals and 4 drop EGs because main decking draws is very important in my opinion, and because it's a grade 0, this frees up deck space, and this solved one of the issues which I had with premium timing at the start. So 4 stack, 4 markers, whatever. And now for G-Zone.
G-Zone!
4 Warp Drive, you do not need to play 4. These 2 can be anything else in the entire deck. I only played 4 because I had 4 and it was hyped at the time and I thought, yeah, this is going to be great. I've never gone into this more than once. This is used to set up your board state first stride, and like maybe 3 copies if you really want to, but you don't really need it. Like this is just a first stride to set up your board state, and if they're playing a GB starter, you can bot deck it because it bot decks a 1 or less equal to the units that you time leap.
Right.
So I think 2 is fine, but really it's space. These 2 are a part of your time leap engine, if you will. Something which I've done before is that you can call a trigger, and if you really want to be greedy, just send it back to deck with Fate Rider and
Call it grade 1.
just call it grade 1. You can call Mellum off of this. Huang Long is more of an extender in the deck. If your board state is set up properly or you're missing a piece for post time leap attacks, then this can help you out and set you up. Plus, the thing is also, Huang Long allows you to extend because even if they hit a defense trigger, something that you can do is you can use this and you can time leap into a 2. This can hit 23. This can hit 13 by itself. It can also hit 23 if you need to.
Right.
If you have TikTok, you can time leap this into another attack, which will still connect. And if you can still extend the combo, you can attack for 25. So everything can still touch you, even if they hit defense triggers, because you have the force moves.
Would you ever
still extend? But it is a minus.
Off of this whole thing, would you ever call the
Screwed?
the S-Screwed to bot decks? It bot deck something, yeah, on placement, or when it attacks.
Excrude, you can use the bot deck. The only thing which Excrude really does is activate Erbitar's ability, because this specifically binds from field, and this specifically states from field binding.
Okay.
So you can proc the ability to bind itself, draw 2 return 1, but that's really it.
And then you draw a card.
You can draw.
Yeah.
Because this... Yeah,
That draws a card.
So you'll +2. You'll theoretically +3 because you draw 2 and you make your opponent -1.
Right.
It's fine if you have, once again, if you had the Spirit Counterblast. That's still a bit of the problem. This is a very cool combo which you can do if you're behind and you need to draw cards, but otherwise it's a bit okay, but it's not really that important.
Okay.
And so this is the Guard Restrict package. This is for zeros, and this is for ones. If your opponent leaves a 1 on board, this can bot deck it, and they can go with ones. If this is for zeros, if you're playing versus anything that uses draw PGs, then you can slam this on them, and it has a crit, so it's threatening enough, and they'll drop additional shield for you.
Like Shulky.
This is literally just for Ezel, even though this deck would absolutely die to Ezel 100%. This is just if your opponent plays a bunch of units and an Excel deck, you just bot deck everything. This is very good if you're behind and if you really want to. And for your G-Guards, 2 Udu to recycle, 1 to set up, 1 Orfana to set up if you need to, and this to get big. So I really think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 out and like maybe play a 5th G-Guard or something like that. Maybe like a 5th G-Guard and then an additional stride of some sort. But really, like, the deck has its engine, and that's really it. The deck needs Force Markers to really do much, and with the new stride, I expect the list to change up a lot. But outside of that, this is the Lost Legend Time Leap list. Of course, I'm going to change this eventually, and with the new support, I'm going to find out what I can do with this, and I'm going to experiment.
Okay.
Thank you, Mario! You're welcome, and that's the deck profile.
Alright. Bye, everyone. Eddie! Say goodbye!
Never mind, Frank, I got ousted.